783rd edition of the longest running podcast on the internet. 780 of those were called The Nerdist, therefore you will never hear them as it was some sort of copyright infringement. One was called I Love My Mom, which was just lame. That one you will also never hear. And one was also called PetSmart, which is a business, so not happening. You may remember us, me Geoff, him Garry, from our failed 90s dance duo, G&G Music Factory.
I'm so mad that never took off.
Yes.
I was in such good shape for that. Marky Mark was like, damn, your abs. I'm like, well, hey, I know.
But again, we always keep running into this copyright infringement.
Bullshit.
So,
there was an issue back in, like, when tapes were recording off the radio. It was like, oh, copyright.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
So anyways, today's episode, what are we talking about?
Well, we've covered so many topics over the years. I mean, we're kind of running out of material. I mean, I don't know. It's a nice day outside, I guess. I mean, kind of blue sky, a little chilly for May.
It is, although the flowers have bloomed back there in your,
There, what?
Yeah.
That's a tree, actually.
Which has flowers on it.
Yeah, that's not how trees work, actually. They're called leaves.
Those aren't leaves. They
Flowers.
have petals. Petals are not leaves. True fact.
Looking at, no. Alright. So, seeing as this is our, what are we at, 780?
783.
780. Is this 783, or
This
did we
is
do
783.
783? Is 783.
We've done 782
Okay.
previous.
They just flew by. I mean, all the great guests we had. Who was your favorite guest that we had on our first 783 podcast?
Favorite guest?
I know there's a lot of them to think of, but...
Princess Diana was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean...
Very humble.
Very... completely humble. This is... Geoff just whispered to me this is in really bad taste. I think our fan base has listened to enough of our podcast over the years to realize that bad taste isn't exact. Maybe we could go with bad taste as the name of the podcast since the copyright lawsuit.
It's possible.
Could we have even mentioned the original name of the podcast in your intro? Are we, is Hardwick going to come after us for that?
I don't think so. I think he'll look at it as tribute.
Did we get a freebie? Was that the freebie?
Then who was first? Was it him or was it us?
No one really knows.
But he's got the money, so
he's got them connections. Yeah. His comedy traveling tour money and celebrity guest stars. That's okay. We're gonna have a guest star coming up on here. Rebecca Griffin is coming in soon, and if you don't know who that is, then shame on you.
True. No one beats the Griff.
True.
That's right.
Which, no one gets these jokes, but when she's on the show, if she has time, I mean, she is rather busy. She's got a lot of things going on right now. We're going to try and get her in studio. Let's be honest, studio is a very loose term now since we've been downgraded from our original title. We lost all the equipment in the settlement, so we're kind of running CBC here. We're kind of running a little CBC here. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good though. Now we have animals in the studio, so we've got that going for us. Beat that, Hardwick. You haven't got animals in your podcast studio with your professional microphones and your mixing stations.
Exactly. We're live studio audience.
It's a live.
Show.
Talking Dead, right.
And the Nerdist television show.
Which I have not actually seen, despite the fact that I actually do enjoy his work.
It's pretty good. Props to you, Chris Hardwick.
Yes.
Props to
I
you.
enjoy your work.
You are a funny man.
Yes. You are the last true hero.
Is he, though? The last true
hero? One of.
Because I'm a hero. And I think you're a hero.
But we don't like heroes. That show was garbage.
That show is amazing. What are you talking about?
Did you watch the show? Did you actually...
I've actually seen it all the way through twice.
I don't think I can carry on this podcast. Seriously? Twice?
I have indeed.
Why?
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
No, sorry, not why. How?
One episode at a time. How many episodes was that? It was, 4 years?
Oh, God, 4 years?
What was it? 22... I don't even remember how many episodes. Let's say there's roughly 50 or 60. So that's 45 minutes a pop. Well, that's a fair chunk of time.
Plus, I'm assuming the dollar value attached to those legally in-store purchased DVDs.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, of those, Lord, 60 episodes, or there had to be more than 60.
I don't know, give or take. Plus webisodes. I've seen all them.
Webisodes! Well. Holy shit, there were webisodes?
There was.
Wow. Out of all those episodes, give me a rough percentage of good ones. Just looking for a number here.
98.5% outrage.
Oh, Jesus. I doubt it.
No, I'm fairly sure.
Give me a recap on the best episode. Just...
Best episode. I did like the ones with Adam, the...
non-Asian samurai?
Yes,
that
the
guy?
non-Asian samurai.
The guy who was set up as Hero's hero, which that always bugged me about that show. The fucking main guy's name is Hero.
It's this, whatever, Japanese spelling, H-I-R-O or H-I-J-R, whatever it is. I don't recall.
Okay, here we go. Season 1, 23 episodes. Season 2, 11 episodes.
Writer's strike.
Then what happened with Season 3? Oh, Season 3 was split, apparently, into Volumes 3 and 4. Because it's a comic book show. That gave us 25 episodes, and then Season 4 was 18 episodes. So if my math is right, that's roughly what Geoff said it was going to be.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, thank you, Wikipedia. We've got a complete episode number count in the call. 77 episodes. Plus, it looks to be...
4 web series?
4 or 5 web series in a lot of different parts.
Yes.
With such great titles as Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Classy.
Yes.
Classy.
I enjoyed Heroes. It was, it could have went better. Especially...
It would have to have improved greatly to get to better.
I think the end of Season 1 was the real letdown for most people.
You mean the hype and building about this amazing epic superhero fight? And then it was 7 seconds.
Peter? I think his name was. It's been a while now. Yes. Yeah, between Spock and that guy from Gilmore Girls. They were going to fight. How I know he's from Gilmore Girls? My wife watched Gilmore Girls 1,000,000 times.
I'm doing air quotes. Wife watches. Wasn't Ben and Ralph on Gilmore Girls?
Who's Ben and Ralph?
Brandon Routh. Superman.
No, he was on like One Life to Live or something.
I'm pretty sure.
Why did you bring him up anyway? Oh, because Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
So we segued into Brandon Routh.
Yeah, we didn't segue. We just kind of.
You posed a question about the lamest Superman ever. Sorry, Brandon Routh. Dean Cain has you beat.
Gilmore Girls, 2001. His role was Jess for 1 episode.
Huh.
He was also on One Life to Live. Cold Case, Will and Grace.
Will and Grace, awesome show. No, it's not.
He was on Chuck as well.
Chuck is amazing. He was great on Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck is the best show ever.
Never finished it. Got partway through Season 3. Anyway, we're sidetracking from Heroes, because that's what people want to talk about here.
That's right, Heroes.
Yeah. So,
best show about heroes ever.
I think the Cape audience might... 6 seasons in a movie!
Cape was alright.
Was it 4 episodes?
I think it was 7, actually.
Oh, okay.
7, although I only seen 3.
If you would sit through every episode of Heroes twice and could only, force yourself into watching 3 episodes...
It wasn't forcing, it just slipped past me and I've forgotten to watch them.
Okay.
Up until this point, however many years later.
It was last year, I think.
No, it's been 3 years at least. 2-3 years.
The Cape?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was on Season 3 of Community as a joke.
It was also on Big Bang just the other day.
Don't talk to me about Big Bang.
Yes, let's never speak
Let's
of Big
not
Bang.
even... 2011. 2 years.
2 years. Say I said 3, you said 1.
Yeah.
It's in the middle.
This is a great stat. The first episode, January 9th, 2011. the final episode, February 28th, 2011.
Yeah. Was it 7 episodes, like I said?
I
I think so. 7 or 8?
Yeah, give it about that, yeah. Wow, an entire run spanning 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, Bear McCreary did music on that. That's disappointing.
Who is Bear McCreary?
Did the music from Battlestar, also currently doing Walking Dead music.
I don't really give a shit. So
He is a damn fine composer.
the only guy I know of is Hans Zimmer
And
and that guy who did the X-Files, but I don't remember his name anymore.
that's the only composers you can think of, is Hans Zimmer and some guy who did X-Files.
Mozart, Brahms, Beethoven.
I believe we were talking visual media.
Whatever.
John something did a couple of movies about stars.
Mozart.
Nope. You say John Beethoven, I'm flipping the table.
Flip that table.
John Williams.
Star Wars are crap, but that's a whole other episode.
Danny Elfman. These guys aren't ringing any bells.
Yeah, Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman, the guy that between
Who
the
does
years of 90...
only Tim Burton movies.
Actually, false. Between the years 1992 and 2001, he did the music for 82% of music in the film industry.
That is probably not correct.
Look it up. It's basically fact.
Is it? Basically fact.
Basically
So
facts.
it's either a fact or it's not.
It's basically a fact. Facts can be either actual or basically.
I don't think they can be basically.
They totally can.
I don't think so. I could say
You say a lot, but...
that's true. That's true.
So anyway, Heroes. We were diverging from that. As disappointing as the season 1 finale was,
It was pretty terrible, actually.
the season 3 finale,
Oh,
where
you watched through to season 3, did you?
I didn't watch through to season 3.
Oh.
I watched parts of 2 because I was thinking to myself, well, maybe they got a budget now. But season 3, I think it was, where the confrontation between Spock and that guy from the Outer Limits episode who was in the MMA fighting cage. What's his name?
Mohinder?
Nope.
I don't know.
Peter's brother.
Oh, he's on this new show called The Lying Game on ABC Family.
Oh, awesome.
It's not bad. But whatever.
Still.
Again,
there was like a big fight between him and Spock, I think, or between Peter and Spock. Again, the entire fight was observed by either Peter or his brother, but the camera was placed upon the person watching the fight because they had no money to do the effects. So all you saw was the reaction.
Is that why they did that? No money for effects? Or they wanted to go with a real-world feel and flair to it?
Oh yeah, a real-world flair in a show about superheroes. That'll work out for you. No, they had no money because it was reaction shots, so they were filming him like
If they had no money, season 4 never would have happened. Yet it did for 18 glorious episodes.
Took place at a carnival.
Yes, and it was fantastic. Guy with the earthquake powers, cool. Tattoo woman, hot. Just good show.
The guy with the earthquake powers was from Prison
Break.
Yeah.
That's right. Teabag.
Teabag.
The greatest show ever. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but there are some greatest shows ever.
I can't wait till you mention one of them.
Prison Break.
No.
Just did.
No.
4 glorious years and a movie.
That was the dumbest program. There was a movie.
There was, and it was great.
Shh, no.
Yes.
Like, made for TV.
Yeah, it was on TV.
Yeah, I mean, there's no no way it would have got a theatrical release.
Oh, I'm sure it could have, and it would have made billions. That was that good.
Titanic.
Because instead of
Living in
him
Your
breaking
Heels.
out of prison, or the other people breaking out of prison, they had to break the girlfriend out of prison. It was great.
Jesus.
Loved it. That makes me want to watch Prison Break all over again.
That show
for
was-
the 3rd time.
That show was doomed from the get-go.
Mm-mm.
The whole season is built to them breaking out of jail, right? Because it's called Prison Break. You're obviously know where you're starting to where you're gonna go. Otherwise, you're just like cock-teasing the audience for the entire season. But once you escape, once you actually break from prison, it's called The Fugitive at this point. They had to keep coming up with such stupid, contrived ways to get them back in jail. Hooray, we're freed from this maximum security American prison. Now we're on the run. Now we're in a Mexican prison.
But all aspects had to do with a prison break. What do people do when they get out of prison? They're on the run.
No, because they usually get out of jail for legitimate reasons.
But they didn't want to get out of jail for legitimate reasons. That was never the whole point of the show.
But
the whole point of the show was for Buddy to break out his brother, Dominic Purcell. How I remember his name, I have no idea.
Because he was the greatest actor in Resident Evil.
Wentworth Miller.
Wentworth Miller. He's from Resident Evil.
Is he?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Dominic Purcell?
Yes.
Was Dracula. Was like Drac in Blade Trinity.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Blade Trinity, another fantastic movie.
I actually agree with you.
Werewolves,
I fucking love
vampires.
There's no werewolves in Blade Trinity.
There sure as hell was there?
No, that was at the unused credit sequence.
Yeah.
That was supposed to set up the Night Stalkers film.
Where is my Night Stalkers film? I want it.
Well, I'm assuming Ryan Reynolds will do Deadpool. Then he will go back to do Green Lantern 2. Then he will go back and be Hannibal King in Night Stalkers, the film. How many fucking comic book roles is that guy gonna play? Like,
all of them. Once he plays Luke Cage, I will be satisfied.
Yeah, no. Oh, by the way, not Luke Cage in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, good.
We had that confirmed from Joss Whedon. Not Luke Cage. I'm still saying it's Rage.
And we are referencing... Man, I don't even remember his name. The guy from Angel... Gunn from Angel.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be Luke Cage in the new Marvel S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series. He is not.
Which I'm fine with. Because, much as I hate Luke Cage, you pretty much can't have Luke Cage without also tossing in Iron Fist, so I want a movie of those two.
Yes. And speaking of Luke Cage, we will dedicate an entire episode to the lameness that is Luke Cage.
I'm really glad it went with the lameness route. I really thought you were going to be like, fuck you, Gary, we're going to go the other route. I'm taking the pro position.
When it comes to Luke Cage, I will never take the pro position.
Luke Cage.
Which shall be explained in a future episode.
Let's say, what, 787 maybe?
Who knows? Why even give it a number?
Let's just call it the greatest special ever.
Because if you tune in every week, or every day, or every whatever, you're going to hear it anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
I'm not going to be applying numbers to our specific amazingness.
Don't label me.
Yes.
That's right.
We've been talking for like 20 minutes, we still haven't come up with a name for this
podcast.
podcast.
That could be the name of the podcast. Don't label me. DLM.
The world needs more acronyms. Actually, that was one of my favorite parts. So this is going to sound really good on the podcast with the chair being moved across the floor as well.
I have no idea what you speak. That was me flexing my gigantic pythons.
You might need to get some doctor to look at that if your pythons sound like that. Anyway, that was one of my favorite parts out of the S.H.I.E.L.D. The 5th version of the S.H.I.E.L.D. trailer that was
I have not watched
8 seconds.
any of the trailers, because I don't like Agent Coulson. I think he's lame.
Well, you've just broken the internet. Why do you not like Phil Coulson?
He's lame.
He beat dudes up with pastries from a Quickie Mart, or whatever the hell he was at, and a funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer. It was awesome.
What's that? Was that on the Blu-ray box set thingy?
It was on the Blu-ray for, I want to say, I think 2? Or Cap?
As I haven't seen it, then I really can't comment. But upon his other movie roles...
Are we talking in or out of the Marvel Universe?
In the Marvel Universe. In the Marvel Universe.
Okay, what was wrong with his role in Iron Man?
I don't recall specifics. I just remember the lameness. Not quite Luke Cage lameness level.
So you hate him, yet have nothing to back up why.
Correct!
That's going to be the theme. Unexplained hatred. That's the podcast name.
Unexplained hatred. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah. That's pretty good.
That could fly. That's easy to remember. It's easy to say. It'll work good in the station ID.
It's true.
I mean, we really do need to go with the B-sharps type of naming, though. A name that's funny when you first hear it, but is less funny each subsequent repeating. So... We gotta think about something like
the video I was telling you about, which we will do in a future podcast.
Yes.
It's so bad.
It'd be amazing.
Sorry, Robin Thicke. Your music sucks. I like your dad, though. Alan Thicke. He's alright. He's alright. I think he's been on How I Met Your Mother a few times.
Oh, he's been on that show quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which I still have to catch up on, even though I had the end of season 8 ruined for me.
What was season 8? This year? Last year?
This year. 9 is next year and is the last.
This year.
The core concept for season 9 actually sounds kind of cool.
No, it doesn't. It's just all one season in one spot from different perspectives every single episode.
I think it'll be kind of cool. It'll actually be a built, concise story because they know where the start is, they know where the end is.
It's basically just going to be Barney and Robin's wedding then, the whole episode.
I don't know, I haven't seen the end of season 8, so I don't know where they left off.
I think you just said you had it spoiled.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it, I had it spoiled.
So then you know it's going to be the wedding.
I knew what the core plot point was at the finale of season 8.
The only reason to watch this show anymore is Barney Stinson. Ted sucks. He sucked since day one. He'll continue to suck, and he always will suck.
They play him up way too much.
Why is he the main character? I do not understand. He is an idiot. This.
He is dumb as a doorknob.
Yes, he is.
I'm sorry. I feel no compassion or
Ted
empathy.
Lamesby. That should be his name.
Teddy Westlame?
That's right.
Yeah.
We're using the word lame a lot today.
Yeah.
That's strange.
It's retro gay.
It is.
Some of the characters are cool, like Marshall's cool. I like him.
Marshall's alright.
He has a moral center, but he's not blah 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 sticking to his guns. He'll have slips and peaks and valleys in his character.
I do like the people Barney works for at the bank.
Yeah.
Most of them are pretty funny.
I didn't say snakes. that running gag is one of my favorites.
So, although they did say for next year's season we will see the finale of the slap bet.
How many slaps are owed now?
I think there's still one or two.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, I so hope Marshall just jumps up doing the wedding and right across the face. That'd be brilliant.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
That would be cool. Does anyone here have any reasons why these two should not be? That's 5! That'd be kind of a cool way to end it.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. You're welcome, TV writers. You're welcome. This is the second time I've gave you an ending, television.
What was your other ending?
Well, Smallville.
I don't recall that from our previous podcast.
It was pretty obvious the way Smallville was going to end from day one, no matter how many seasons.
Up?
Nope. Because it was always, I'm not a pig in that soup. Fuck that. Tom Welling. It was obviously going to be music score, presumably with John Williams, because WB would use it anyway. And then, glasses off, shirt rip, right towards the camera, over.
That's right.
Which is how the show ended.
That's
it was
right.
obvious that was going to end. But, that was probably the best moment in all of Smallville. So there's 9 seasons of somewhat watchable television to get through until you get to the money shot at the end.
Was it worth that many years, though? 10 years to get to that point?
Oh, fuck. It was 10, wasn't it? I shortchanged it at 9.
Long years.
Oh, my God.
Funny thing, though, it started out...
terrible?
Not bad. It was a fresh take. It was a little different. But then it got kind of monotonous and boring.
It turned into Freak of the Week episodes, episode 5, and then lasted for 4 years.
No, that's the thing. The first year wasn't too bad. But then the rest of the high school years, very repetitive, very boring, whatever.
Discovering the Powers I enjoyed.
Yeah. So then after that, there's what? Was it? I don't even know. I don't even think Clark went to college. Did he go to college?
He had 1 year at college, that's where he met Brainiac. Or the Brain Interactive Construct.
Yeah, that's right.
Played by James Marsters.
But anyways, so then around year what?
5 or 6?
5 or 6, it got really good for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. I think...
And then it just went back downhill.
The turning point where it went from, I'm going to watch Smallville tonight, to, oh shit, I got to watch Smallville tonight, was the Bizarro episode. Because that was a great tease for the summer, with Bizarro Superman, and then they kind of did nothing with it. They had this thing of not keeping villains around for a while, just shuffling them off to the ether afterwards, because there were some villains that needed to be kept around, and they kind of learned that lesson once he started working in Metropolis at the Daily Planet, because they had Metallo there for a few episodes, so that was cool.
I wasn't a big fan of the Metallo part.
Yeah.
Same with Doomsday.
I was Garbage.
I didn't care for that whatsoever.
8 seconds worth of fighting. We're done.
Yeah.
He's dead.
That's like the Heroes first season finale. Yeah. Big battle. No.
Doomsday actually looked good. Like, the makeup effects on Doomsday looked cool. He looked like Doomsday.
It wasn't bad. I didn't mind the Legion episodes.
Yeah.
They were alright.
Yeah. They were. Anything written by Geoff Jones was a great episode.
Yeah. The JSA episodes, not bad.
Dr.
Fate's helmet, terrible.
Dr. Fate's helmet was fucking fantastic. The fact that dumped on Allison Max Mellon pissed me off.
Yeah.
She should not have gotten that helmet. You have a bunch of people that could have been chosen. Like, you could have brought in... Dr. Hall still alive.
But there was a female Dr. Fate for a while.
She was
Inza.
Precedent. But she had a connection. She had a connection to the... Allison Mack just found it.
Chloe has a connection. She's a smarty pants. Maybe the helmet thought, smarty pants, mystical powers, they go together, boom.
No.
Problem solved.
No. That didn't solve any problems. That caused a lot more problems than it solved.
I don't know. It's been years since I've seen that crap, man.
The Martian Manhunter was, like...
boring.
Yeah. The guy they had play the Martian Manhunter, fantastic. If they ever get around to making a JLA movie, you have to have that guy mocap Martian Manhunter. Because, please God, don't put him in makeup or have anything stupid like that. He has to be a mocap character. Where we're at with mocap, you can get away with it. So, he was a damn good Martian Manhunter.
He had a good deep voice for it, that's for sure, too.
Yeah, and he had that presence where it's like, you know what, I am old as fuck. Shut up and listen to me, you dumb college, high school idiot.
True.
Which not enough people did in that show. I'm gonna go run off and do this. You're an idiot, quite frankly. You're being set up. Don't be an asshole about it. But I have power. I don't care. You know they have kryptonite. Just shut up for a second.
What I really wanted to happen was that Flying Grayson spin-off movie.
TV show.
Yes, TV show. Sorry.
The Flying Graysons.
I thought that would have been okay. And I wanted my Aquaman spin-off. Aquaman!
The Flying Graysons would have been a terrible idea. For one single reason.
Boys in tights!
How you spend your weeknights isn't really of an interest to the CW network. But the reason why that show was such a bad idea from the get-go, every second that program is on the air, people are asking one question. Was Batman? The entire run of that show would have been, was Batman? Where is it?
That's only if they introduce Bruce Wayne. If it's just the Grayson family...
Doing what? Acrobatics through different cities through the DC universe?
Hello, they're
crimes?
traveling carnies, of course. Hello.
That's all they are. They introduce some more stuff.
It'd be like a family drama. You'd have them sitting at the dinner table, talking about their day, what they're going to be doing, have them practicing
together. What would they
practicing their stunts and stuff.
To what ends?
You have little Dick Grayson's adventures on dating and stuff like that. And then boom, they got to do the big show finale at the end of the show. Jumping off a trapeze and shit like that. And
stuff like Game of Thrones High School.
Maybe like a diving board, and he'd like dive off and.
Yeah, they'd have like young Harvey Dent. Oh look, the Cobblepox.
Exactly.
So
they could be like best friends, stuff like this and whatever.
You realize we're defining the reasons why that show never happened, right?
We're defining a future show that could happen. Yes, we'll pitch it to the CW.
Jesus. Well, with Arrow doing as it is, I could honestly see a couple more DC TV shows kicking off.
Aquaman!
The pilot episode, which, if you can find online, I highly recommend downloading.
I have that pilot episode.
Or finding someone who has it recorded somehow. Is it downloading? I think it's downloading. It might be on iTunes still. I got it off iTunes. That's how much I wanted to see this show.
Really? I thought I saw it on YouTube, actually.
Well, whatever way you seek out your material that you can't find any other way, seek out this pilot. It is a damn good piece of programming. It is entertaining. I find it more entertaining than at least 4 seasons of Smallville. It had plot that you could see where they were going to go with it, and it sucked that they didn't pick it up.
True story.
So good.
True story.
But, the actor in it, whose name escapes me at the moment, at least he got work as Green Arrow.
Blonde guy.
Blonde dude 8, we'll call him.
Yeah.
He got picked up to go into Arrow, as Green Arrow in Smallville, and then a different guy for Arrow. But it was a good show, and it deserved to at least have gotten picked up.
I actually prefer whatever his name is, Canadian dude in Arrow now,
really?
than the guy who played Green Arrow in Smallville. Much better.
I fell behind on Arrow. I'm about 10 episodes short.
Oh my god.
I know.
Season finale so good.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And next season they're going to have, like, teams and big bad guys and...
Possibly. I think they're still going to... Because, what's his name?
John Barrowman?
No, not John
The original
Barrowman.
OG? Wait, that makes sense.
Why not?
Doesn't OG stand for original?
Gangster?
Yeah, the original gangster.
He is, though.
He's a true... We'll talk about true OG.
He's
a true OG.
Yes. No, Crixus from Spartacus there. What's his name?
Never watched Spartacus.
Manu Bennett, who plays Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nice.
And he's season regular next year, therefore there's going to be a lot of island stuff
Awesome.
again, still.
From what I remember reading a little bit about Arrow, they really had a great divide between the Slade Wilson character and the Deathstroke character. So, I fell out of Arrow just around when they were bringing Deathstroke in, so I gotta check my episode count and get caught back up once my Rogers internet capacity rolls over at the end of the month.
This episode not brought to you by Rogers Communications.
This episode is actually hindered to you by Rogers, because if I had to do any research or anything for this, I might have gone over my data limit, or if I was uploading or working on website things, Rogers would probably maybe cut me and say, nope, you owe us more money now. So this has been hindered by Rogers.
In deference to Rogers, our second largest internet provider
largest, let's be honest.
Canada. I don't know.
They're above Bell.
I don't know.
The only reason people, for our American listeners, the only reason people are with this company, Rogers Communications, as opposed to Bell Mobility, or Bell, whatever the hell they're called, spin off of the old Bell British thing. Anyway, the only reason people go with Rogers over Bell is because Bell is so much worse at customer service than Rogers. Rogers is bad, but people just have so much more hate towards Bell once they get around to screwing you over that people just like, what are my options?
I've been with Bell for, I don't even know anymore, 10, 12 years. Mm-hmm. Not really any problems.
Do you want to know what led me to go with Rogers for when I used to have TV and my internet? I had a cell phone with Rogers. I didn't want to have two bills, so I just went with Rogers for everything else. That was about it. A few years back, I realized I was watching basically no TV, so I scrapped it. I was paying $90 a month for channels that I was watching maybe 5 hours a week. Do I wish I had it now? Oh God, yes. Because I am killing my bandwidth with YouTube channels and Netflix at the moment. But they don't have a viable unlimited option, which you Americans and your...
I have a viable unlimited option with Bell, so there.
Viable.
As a shout out to our great overlords of internets, I'd just like to say thank you, Bell and Rogers, for providing us the opportunity to upload these marvelous conversations we were bringing to you right now. Woo! And so you don't see what's in the ground. Anyways. So,
it's all opinion-based. You can't sue us for opinions. Right? If anyone knows out there if we can be sued for opinions, please comment below so we can edit subsequent videos.
True.
We don't have a law team anymore. Well, I have a lawyer I know of who could possibly help us out. But,
True.
He's busy, being a lawyer and having a family and all. So.
Anyways, back to Arrow. Good show.
Yeah.
Good show.
I do like how he actually has a recurve bow, not a shit compound bow like Green Arrow did in Smallville.
True. His bow is very reminiscent of the one in Hunger Games.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about Hunger Games.
We will devote an entire episode to the
greatness Jesus.
That is the Hunger Games.
With
special guest Rebecca Griffin.
I'm glad you're using guest. That's another word we use. I was possibly when I first saw the movie, I was with my girlfriend and her friend, and I think their disappointment leached into me because they had read the books and they were like, "Hunger Games, oh my god!" And then we got out of the theater and I'm like, "So what'd you guys think?" And like, yeah, it was okay. It was pretty good.
Again, let's save this topic.
Yeah.
We gotta save this.
I think I owe it another watching.
I think you do.
I will give it that.
I think you do.
My weekends are pretty sparse coming up, so I might give it a viewing. So once my internet resets, so I'll give it a viewing. Although there was a lot of cool new stuff on Netflix. There's some wrestling things and
wrestling.
Yeah, they've added a bunch of WWE and WCW titles like Best of Ladder Matches, Hell in a Cells. I'm like, okay, thanks Netflix. I think in April they added a bunch. I think I went through them in like a week.
Wow.
There was a really awesome one. It was a Shawn Michaels Bret Hart documentary. It was actually Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart sitting down talking with Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Basically about from when they got into the business to all the way up to the Montreal Screwjob and then everything else after that. And it was such a good documentary because they were both kind of admitting they had parts to do with it, but I mean, they each had their own sides of the story, so they were like...
Well, yeah. I mean, basically Vince went out and said to Shawn Michaels and the ref, count him out now.
There was, forgot a cool thing about the documentary. Shawn, for years, said he had no idea what was going on. Never knew about it. No, he knew.
He knew exactly.
He knew what was going to go down. The thing is... Bret Hart went to the ref of that match, whose name eludes me at the moment, but he's like one of the...
It was Earl Hebner.
Earl Hebner. Very nicely done. He got asked, Bret went to him, I guess like a week or so before the match, and said, "Earl, are you going to fuck me over in this?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I would never do that. I'm not going to happen." And Bret trusted him, which Earl and Hebner been in the business for decades. So... they kind of worked out what was going to happen in the match. Bret wasn't going to lose. He was going to give the title back on Raw and then go to WCW because they paid him more.
Yep, millions.
Yeah, it was so much money they were paying Bret. And, can't fault the guy. I mean...
It's because WCW was better than the WWE at that point in time.
I don't know.
1,000 times better, as proven by weekly ratings... It's proven by viewers, proven by everyone.
Weekly ratings do not denote quality.
Oh, it was quality. Because I watched both programs, and it was the far superior
WCW had that hilarious bit about spoiling Raw matches on air. Which was
Eric Bischoff.
Which was
brilliant. Genius.
He was so brilliant for doing that. Because Raw, people don't know, Raw
was pre-taped.
Yeah, Nitro was live.
Yeah.
So... Bret was going to give the title back on Raw, just hand it over. They'd done it before. Some people had handed the belt over, and then he was going to go to Nitro.
Yeah.
Apparently, just before Earl went out to ref that match in Montreal, Vince grabbed him, pulled him aside, and told him to do it.
Yeah.
So he's like, your boss basically told you, he didn't overtly threaten him, but he's like, you're doing this. So he had really no choice, and so, I would love to hear or read an Earl Hebner interview about that, but as far as a match goes, it's a really good match to watch.
Yeah, it was alright.
It wasn't their best match by far. Ram Facts, favorite wrestling match of all time?
I don't know, I like Macho Man and Ricky the Steamboat Dragon's match at WrestleMania.
Deep cut. Very nice.
It's not that deep a cut, it's WrestleMania.
From that far back with, Macho Man, I would have given you, I would say Macho Man. But against Ricky, very nice. Very nicely done.
I enjoy wrestling quite a bit.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Very overhyped, though, in my estimation.
I thought he was a fantastic wrestler.
He was sucky. He was just not the best. He was not the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be. No, he was not.
That is a fantastic catchphrase, though. That's
it is a good catchphrase. Yes, it is.
The only one I think that can rival that is one of his proteges, Justin Credible. That's not just the coolest. That's not just the best. That's Justin Credible. There was a bicep flex there as well, by the way. He came from Stu Hart's dungeon.
I know he did, but so did Chris Benoit. He was 10 times wrestler. Either of them were.
The sound you hear now is people walking on broken glass because we just mentioned Chris Benoit's name.
Who cares? So he did a shitty thing at the end of his life. Whatever. He had a great wrestling career.
Doing a shitty thing is bumping into a parked car and not leaving a note.
It doesn't erase all your previous efforts, except in the case of, like, Hitler, Saddam, those types of people. Yes. Yeah, leaves a bad taste. Maybe Dahmer, eating people and stuff like that. Doing a cool high school project, I guess, wouldn't be as cool once you ate a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. He did a really good book report on The Great Gatsby. But, there was that cannibal phase.
Yeah, Manson. I guess everyone still says he has a pretty good singing voice, but,
we had this conversation.
Killing pregnant ladies and other people and let your disciples do all that shit and whatever, carving swastikas in your forehead. That kind of erases most of that.
Yeah, the quality of your end, I think can have an impact on
whatever. I still enjoyed Chris Benoit's matches.
The crippled crossface is probably one of the greatest.
It's one of my favorite moves of all time.
The flying headbutt, because
it was good.
There's no softening that impact.
No.
It's like if you fuck that up, you are doing some damage to you. If you your face slamming into someone's shoulder, they're gonna feel it. It's gonna hurt. That you're in a lot of trouble if you mess that up, because he was arms out, little T style.
Yeah.
And say cross style. I said little T style. The crippled crossface was a fantastic move. I think one of the best wrestlers nowadays has got to be Jericho, just because
he's done. Stick to your lame heavy metal music.
He's tail ending.
Although, if you're going to be a future guest, I'm sorry I called your music lame, because I think you're pretty cool.
Oh, he is a fantastic person.
I just don't care for your music. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of metal music, did you see Christopher Lee is fronting a metal band?
I think I've heard of that. I think he's done it before.
I want to hear and or see that concert with an unbridled fiery passion. I so want to see Count Dooku just pull out some metal and go.
Out of the 190 roles he has played in his lifetime, you mentioned the lamest role.
He had a badass lightsaber. He was a shitty Sith Lord, but he had a badass lightsaber.
Who cares what lightsaber he had? Those movies were garbage. Pure,
stay tuned for a podcast where we discuss all of them.
Garbage.
We will talk about them at great detail. Actually, funny enough, I don't own any of them on Blu-ray.
I saw them in your friggin' rack. Are they over there? No, they're downstairs. Maybe they're just regular DVD.
Nope.
I saw them. I was gonna
Please tell me where they are, because I don't know where they are.
I was going to, God forgive me, actually ask you to borrow them, but I did not, because I couldn't bring myself to watch them again.
I have had all the copies on VHS, special edition, normal edition, blah blah blah.
I saw them on your rack.
I have them?
When Rebecca and Stephanie and I were over watching Fight Club.
Okay, maybe I do have them on. I do have them on DVD. I do have them on DVD, so
yes.
I am forced to have these special editions of the actual trilogy. But I didn't buy them on Blu-ray. I don't have them on Blu-ray. The only time I have viewed the Blu-ray was for Red Letter Media's commentary track on A New Hope.
Why?
Because it was fantastic.
Why?
You boot up Red Letter Media's commentary, start the video.
Because they slammed the movie?
No. I'm talking about A New Hope, which is basically a perfect film.
That's right.
Yeah. Which it is. It is a perfect film. For many reasons. It is the only one that is...
We got a table list.
We got a table list. It's going to go on for a long time. We're at 45 minutes already. So, and we've barely gotten to the topics that I have written down on this piece of paper before me.
So, yeah. As for the name of this blog...
This is a podcast, actually.
Podcast, whatever. Man, what's going on?
Brains and thoughts and stuff. Memories. What? Misty watercolored memories. How about that for your blog? Is there any issue with that?
No, I'm not doing that.
Is that a copyright thing? It could be a copyright thing.
I'm not sure.
We'll avoid it just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I like the spicy one you had.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was simple. It was simple, concise.
We'll see. And as for you wondering what we were talking about, we thought, hey, podcasts are cool, but wouldn't you like to have daily doses of Geoff and Garry? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Everyone would.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want an injection of Geoff right inside of you?
Right in your ears.
Yeah.
Right in your ears,
Or
trickling
Garry,
down, yeah.
so deep it hits your tonsils, you know? Tickles those tonsils and just...
Even if you have them removed, it'll tickle them wherever they are.
So I guess it's the end, at least for today.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've got a good little intro here for our respawned, reskinned, I guess you could call it, 783rd
Yes.
podcast.
So,
Surprised I remembered that number.
next episode, latest issue, Green Lantern, Geoff Johns' final issue
His
of
swan song, I guess you could
long-running
say.
series. Technically not long-running because it has New 52 reboots, so it was only 20 issues. But overall, many issues.
Nigh on a decade, I think he's at.
Was it a decade? Was it, though?
His first issue was Rebirth #1, right?
How long ago was that? I don't think it was a decade.
02?
No.
3 maybe?
No.
It was 4.
No.
I want to say 3 or 4.
I want to say like 2006 or 7.
You, sir, are way off.
I am not way off.
We will
But
look
that
into
is-
that.
But that is for next episode, so we'll see you then.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah.